Hi everyone, this is Lisa Espinosa, spiritual career coach, author, and host of the podcast Soul Studio for Your Career. I'm so excited to invite you to a novena I will be leading starting April 1st to April 9th, 2020. This is all going to be done virtually, so we don't need to be physically in person. I was going to send this out as kind of write it out, but then when I started, I was like, you know what, a video would be way faster, which is why I'm doing it this way. So a couple of things for you to understand. This is a practice that I write about in the book I'm currently working on, which is Birthing the Priestess Within. And I've been sharing excerpts from that book. I've been sharing teachings. And in the Soul Summit, which I led in February, I shared this practice, which is a candle practice, a 9-day priestess novena. And so as I was preparing for that, this beautiful prayer and invocation came to me. And I really feel it came from my soul, it came from the divine, it came from all of your souls, all of you who will be drawn to doing this practice. And I shared a very simple but powerful practice to do for 9 consecutive days. And I was really guided as we go into Holy Week, as we go into Easter, to do this myself and then to invite others to join. Now, if you're in my Priestess Mentoring Program, which just started on Friday, I'm so excited about you. Have already received the invitation, and I know you will be doing this with me. But I also decided to extend that invitation out, even if you weren't in the Priestess Mentoring Program. And it really came to me through prayer and meditation. And I just heard the Divine Mother saying, just offer it. And whoever is drawn to do it will do it. So a couple of things. When I use the word priestess, I mean anyone who is feeling the call to be a channel of unconditional love, first for yourself and then the world. When I say first to yourself, I don't mean that you're selfish, that you care more about yourself. But what that means is aligning with the truth that when you commit to receiving from your soul, to aligning to your own beautiful medicine, then you are led from the divine. You are led from this wise, pure place to help others. Whatever that looks like, whether it's actually taking action steps to help, or whether it's sitting in prayer and radiating your beautiful light out to the world. So the word priestess, it goes beyond any religion. It is not attached to any sort of religious dogma. It goes beyond gender. So mostly women are drawn to my work, but absolutely men as well. So if you're a male listening to this and you're feeling the call to the priestess path, you are welcome. If you don't associate with either gender, you are welcome as well. This is a universal, beautiful priestess energy. So if this resonates, trust that. It's also not connected to any one specific career. Absolutely, as a career coach, a spiritual career coach, I talk a lot about that, like bringing your soul's medicine into your work. And that includes the priestess energy. So for sure, you might be guided to share that in your career. But it's more than that, it's your presence. So wherever you are watching this, whatever your career is, or if you're in between careers or retired, again, if this resonates, then this is for you. So what do we do for the 9 days? This is the invitation. 1, you have a candle. So for example, I have this candle here. Now I know that we are limited in our just kind of going out. So if you don't happen to have a candle and you can't go purchase one, for this novena, feel free to hold a crystal or hold just some sort of sacred object. So if you don't have a candle, don't think you can't do this. But it was written to use with a candle. If you are going to use a candle, of course, practice candle safety. I'm going to trust that you're going to do that. Okay. Now for this video, I'm not going to go over all the depth of explanation. I'm just going to give you enough so you can do it. The next thing is you are guided for 9 consecutive days, and I'm going to be doing this with you, to sit for 9 minutes or 6 minutes or 3 minutes. You choose. Ideally, it's 9 minutes that you commit to sit in meditation, in prayer, or if you want to lie down, that's okay too, as long as you're not going to fall asleep, right? For 9 consecutive days for 9 minutes. But I know that for some of you, that might be a big jump, and that's totally fine. So if 9 feels like a huge jump and you want to do 6 minutes instead, go ahead and do that. My invitation is that you do something that feels like a stretch. So if 6 minutes feels like, oh, I can totally do that, then go for 9. Okay, so you decide. It's not a test. You're not going to be judged. You check in with your soul, what feels good. So what do you do when you're in this space. So one, I'm going to show you the cover to my book. This is a gigantic, it's actually this size, okay? But this is like a blown up, this is a bigger version, just so you could see. So I want you to notice that she is sitting on an infinity symbol. So I want you to imagine this is you, and you're sitting on this infinity symbol. And there's a lot to teach about that. For this transmission, I just want to share, when you're sitting on that infinity point in the center of infinity, it is a very sacred, beautiful space. It is a space outside of time. So my invitation is that for these 9 days, you're visualizing yourself sitting on that infinity point. You know, if you're in my Priestess Mentoring program, we're going very deep into that. I will be sending out invitations to a private Facebook page just connected to Birthing the Priestess Within, and I'll talk about that as well. For now, I just invite you to visualize yourself sitting on that infinity symbol that is outside of time for 9 minutes, 6 minutes, or 3 minutes. During that time, you're going to burn the candle. You can have crystals with you. You can play music. And then I wrote a special prayer, an invocation. I really feel like it wrote itself and came through me. I birthed it. I feel like it was my soul and all of the souls of everyone across space and time who will ever do this practice that brought it together. I'm going to read just the first few lines. If you receive my newsletter, I'm sending out the newsletter today with this handout that has all of the information that you need to do this practice. And it has all the full prayer. It's short, but very powerful. If you're watching this and you are not on my newsletter, just go to my website, lisaespinosa.net, sign up for it, and I'll send you this issue so you can have this with you when you do the practice. So the first few lines, so you set your timer for 9, 6, or 3 minutes. You have your sacred space. You imagine yourself sitting on the infinity point. If there's a special request or intention you have for these 9 days, go ahead and set that. You know, if it's for your own peace, if it's for the peace of the world. This novena is specifically about self-healing. It's about activating your spiritual leadership, whatever that looks like for you, and it is about abundance. So being blessed as you bless others. So first line, as this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days to clear lifetimes of fear. And then it goes on with a couple of other very powerful lines. So you're going to read that. I encourage you to read it out loud, but if you can't, that's okay. Just read it in your mind. And then you're going to sit in that beautiful infinity point for 9, 6, or 3 minutes. Now, the awesome thing is that I'm going to be doing this along with you. And for 9 consecutive days, I'm going to do Facebook Lives where I'm doing that. So you can join me so we can sit together. Now, the beauty of Facebook Lives is they're recorded. So you don't actually have to connect with me live. But it is going to be April 1st to April 9th. There will be a recording on my Facebook page of myself doing this practice. So we could do it together because we know that where more than 2 people join, miracles are created. And the beauty of technology, I know it gets a lot of, I know there can be negative things about it, I understand. But there's also a lot of wonderful things. And the beauty of it is that we know that energy transcends space and time. And we can join in this way and create this beautiful sacred container so that we can both release more, heal more, receive more, and then from that space, give more to the world. So I know the 8 women in my Priestess Mentoring program will be doing that with me, us together. So that's already a big container. If any of you are drawn to it, I would love for you to join. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to enroll. You just, you'll get this handout on my newsletter that I'm sending out, print it out. It's the prayer, poem, invocation is very easy to memorize, although you could hold the paper and read it out loud. And then just come to my Facebook page and see the 9 consecutive days. Join me for that time. If you're not on Facebook, the recordings will eventually be in my website, lisaespinosa.net. but that's probably going to take a little time. So hopefully you can join my Facebook and you'll see the link on my newsletter issue. I think I explained everything that you need to know for this practice. And of course, you can ask me questions. You can, when I start posting the Facebook Lives for the 9 consecutive days, in the comments, I would love to hear your experience. I would love to hear the synchronicity, the blessings, and of course, questions. When I did this at the Soul Summit, I invited women to do this with me. And I was so blessed to hear from many of them their experience. And I realized, wow, this is a really powerful practice. There was a lot of purging and healing and a lot of synchronicity and abundance and just miracles that came out of this. Like, I knew that, but when you're just kind of writing this on your own, you know, sometimes you wonder, like, am I just imagining this? But having integrated this with other women already, I know that that is true. And right now we are being called so much to embrace our medicine and share it with the world from a place where we are resourced and filled up. All right, I'm trying to see how much time. Okay, I want to share this on Instagram, and it's only allows 15 minutes, which is why I looked at the timer. So one more thing, I just want to pull a Keeper of the Light card. This is from Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck, just to see who is blessing. And I'm going to pull a card every day during the 9 days. But right now, let's see who is blessing this as we prepare to begin this novena on April 1st. Radha, soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. Look at how beautiful she is. And I love that rediscover a lost part of yourself. One of the teachings, the processes in my book, so I guess I should read the subtitle, is 3 processes for reclaiming your ability to heal yourself and bring healing to the world. And one of them, the first one, is called remembering. And it is about this, rediscovering lost parts of you. So this novena is also to activate all of your skills, your gifts, any part of your DNA that has not been activated, so you can share more light with the world, because it is so needed. Thank you, everyone. It is my joy and blessing to share this with you. Oh, one final thing my soul is reminding me. In the newsletter, I say, this is copyrighted, right? This is an excerpt from my upcoming book. So if you are guided to pass this and share this to someone else, please, please, please email me and ask first. So it does require my explicit permission for that. It is so important to honor that, and I am trusting you with that as I share these teachings, just to really honor the journey that I'm having right now in writing this. So if you have any questions about the appropriateness of sharing it, and actually just email me. It does say copyright 2020 excerpt from Birthing the Priestess Within by Lisa Espinosa. All right, many blessings.